Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to be taking a look at Titanfall 2, a first-person shooter game with insane combat and gameplay, and you also pilot a Titan in this game. Is this a good and excellent game, or is this one of those overhyped and overrated games, or is this a bad game pretending to be good? Let's find out in this video. The first time I played Titanfall 2 was around 2019. I played it a couple of times, then I shelved it. I played it recently and I was like, I have some things to say about it. I won't call this a review per se, I just want to talk about it. But before we go deep into the discussion, let us know a few things about this game. Titanfall 2 was released October 2016 and was developed by Respawn Entertainment and published by Electronic Arts or EA. It is available on Windows or PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. I am playing the PC or Windows version and I bought mine on Steam. What about the game reception? How was Titanfall received when it was released? Let us take a look at some of the ratings that this game got. IGN gave this game 9 out of 10. GameSpot gave this game 9 out of 10. When we look at Steam, recent review shows very positive. All reviews show very positive. When we take a look at Metacritic, on the critics side, this game got 86% out of 100. Then when we look at the user score, this is 8.6 out of 10. 86, 8.6. Interesting. Polygon gave this game 7 out of 10. Xbox Era gave this game 9.3 out of 10. So we see that Titanfall 2 got a lot of positive reviews and ratings when it was released. So is it an overhyped or overrated game? On the contrary, this is not overrated. This is one of the best games I have ever played. But what I noticed is that even though Titanfall 2 has high scores and all, it is not very popular. This is not a very popular game. And it was not given the same level of treatment like other AAA titles. It's like the developers just completely forgot about Titanfall 2 or something. Titanfall 2 is a hidden gem. This is why I started this series on my channel called Revisiting Old Games, where I play old and forgotten games, because some games should not be forgotten. Although this game is not old enough to fall under the Revisiting Old Games or the ROG series. This game is about 6 years old. When I do my ROG series videos, I usually look at games from around 8 to 10 years and older. But some games, I feel like we really need to look at them. One thing I will say about reviews, just like I read some of the reviews from all those websites, one thing I will say about reviews is that in the end, it is up to you to play the game for yourself and determine whether you like the game or not. You are free to like the game or hate the game. If you like this game, perfectly fine. If you hate the game, also fine. Because the game has high scores and high ratings or high reviews everywhere doesn't mean you must just like the game. You must not like the game because many people like it. Every game cannot please everybody. It is up to you to play the game and love it or hate it. There are going to be people out there that will absolutely hate this game, which is fine. So in the end, when it comes to reviews, I think reviews are more subjective in nature. I'm just going to talk about this game based on my own personal experience. This is the PC requirement according to Steam. From what I can see, you need a pretty good hardware to enjoy this game at max settings. My hardware is Core i7 10th Gen CPU, NVIDIA RTX 2060 with 6 gigs of VRAM, 32 gigs of RAM and 4TB SSD. Now let's dive deep into the discussion. I absolutely love this game. Like, holy shit, this game is amazing. And like I said, the first time I played this game was around 2019, and then I decided to play this game again. And this game is still as amazing as the first time I played it. This is probably one of the best first-person shooter games I've ever played. The combat is very smooth. It has good visuals and graphics. The Titan combat is amazing. I love this game. I love this game. When I finished this game for the first time, I sat down silent for like 2 minutes and then I was like, now this is a game worth playing. If you have not played this game, I highly recommend it. So, after praising this game, saying that this is probably one of the best first-person shooter games I've ever played, First thing I noticed about Titanfall 2 is that it is too goddamn easy on medium difficulty. Maybe it is my skill level, I don't know. And it's not like I am a pro level gamer, I am just a casual gamer and I was just breezing through it. If you want to challenge yourself, play on a higher difficulty like hard or something. When I say this game is easy on medium difficulty, I'm talking about the combat in general. What I think people might find challenging in Titanfall 2 is the platforming and running on walls. Yes, you will do a lot of running on walls and platforming in Titanfall 2. Although on my first playthrough, using keyboard and mouse on medium settings was kind of challenging for me when it comes to platforming and running on walls and stuff. But when I switched to controller, the game was just too goddamn easy. Like, Titanfall 2 is ridiculously easy, at least for me. I'll talk about platforming and running on walls later on in the video. So let's just talk a little bit about the story. I'm not going to give spoilers, I'm not going to go so much into the story, but what I'll say is that this is a war game. This game is about war between the Interstellar Manufacturing Corporation, or the IMC, versus the Frontier Militia. You play as a foot soldier who becomes a pilot, and you pilot a Titan with the serial number BT7274. That is all I'll say about that. Play the game to get the full gist of the plot. Titanfall and Apex Legends are from the same universe, if you are not aware. I think the story or lore of this game is quite big. I don't really know everything about the Titanfall universe, but this game is about one of the many wars the IMC and the militia have been fighting. So the story for a war game, I think, is good. I think is okay. Aside from the story, the reason why we play a game is actually because of the gameplay. That is why it is a game, because of the gameplay. So if the story is good but the gameplay is bad, it is not going to sit well with a lot of us. But this game has a good story and the gameplay is also very good. The gameplay is amazing. You play as a pilot called Jack Cooper, and you also play as the Titan while piloting the Titan. What is a Titanfall game without piloting a Titan, right? So you play as a pilot and then you also play as the Titan. The combats of both the pilot and the Titan are quite different from each other. It's not like one is better than the other. They are both done exceptionally well. So when you're playing as the pilot has his own style of gameplay. Also, when you play as the Titan has its own style of gameplay, which is perfect for the Titan. I do not feel like when I was playing as the pilot, it becomes boring, or when I was playing as the Titan, it becomes boring. Both of them were done exceptionally well. And I will be splitting the combat section into two parts. I'll be splitting it into the pilot and then the Titan. Let's start with the pilot. When you first start Titanfall 2, you are just an ordinary foot soldier, but will eventually be promoted to the rank of pilot. Being a pilot, you are outfitted with the pilot jump kit, which makes you an elite or superior soldier than your prior status as foot soldier. You become versatile and have some very exceptional skills like running on walls.
Our paths will intersect just up ahead.
Take a very high or long drop or fall.
Do not be afraid. Your jump kit can take that fall.
Foreign object detected in turbine thermal exhaust shaft.
Agility in combat. Invisibility.
Pilot, your suit has an emergency cloaking ability. This can help you survive dangerous situations.
And the most important of all, piloting a Titan.
Pilot mode engaged.
As a pilot, you use different types of weapons like assault rifles and machine guns, pistols, shotguns, sniper rifles, rocket launchers, and a weapon that shoots some kind of electric ball or whatever the hell that thing is. You have a lot of weapons to use, so I cannot show all the weapons. If not, this video is going to be very long. I'm just going to show a preview of some of the weapons. One part of this game I have to stress on is the issue of platforming or running on walls. There are certain missions where you do a lot of running on walls. Some people might not like this, but I think this is one of the best features of this game. Once you understand the mechanics, how this running on wall stuff works, your gameplay will become as smooth as silk. If you have played games like Prince of Persia, where you do a lot of walling, where you do a lot of running on wall and jumping on wall and stuff like that, you will love Titanfall 2. There are a lot of similarities between those games when it comes to running on walls and stuff. So the running on wall, I think, is good. I enjoyed it. The platforming too is also good. There are about 2 missions in this game where you do a lot of wall running and platforming. The first one is that mission where they were constructing those houses. I'm going to be honest, first time I played that mission, I hated that mission because of the wall running and platforming and all that. It was annoying me. But then when I played the mission again and I played it again and again, it became one of my best missions in that game. And then the second mission where you are going to do a lot of wall running and platforming is the mission where you have to fix that antenna. So okay, if you're afraid of heights, maybe that mission might make you uncomfortable. I am afraid of heights, and I will be honest, that part of the mission was actually kind of uncomfortable, but ended up becoming one of my favorite missions again. The wall running and the platforming was not even that much of an issue. First time I played the game, yes, I was like, running on wall, platforming. I just want to shoot bad guys. Why do I have to start running on wall and doing double jump and landing on this platform and platforming? And I just wanted to shoot some people. But then I realized this is what even makes Titanfall what it is. The way I'm saying it, it just sounds like platforming, running on walls. But trust me, when you play this game and you experience it for yourself firsthand, I think you will love this. This is one of the best features of this game. In fact, I played Call of Duty Black Ops 3, right? There was something similar to this where you run on walls and stuff, but Titanfall just feels different. It just feels more polished. It just, I don't know, it feels better in Titanfall 2. So I actually enjoy wall running and platforming. It was not bad. It was not bad.
Well, you're doing a good job, Cooper. And as far as I'm concerned, you've earned your pilot certification.
Let's talk about the Titan. This game will not be complete without piloting a Titan. After all, the name of this game is Titanfall. You occasionally switch from playing as the pilot to piloting your Titan. Don't worry, you won't run on wall or do platforming as the Titan. If you are worried about that, you are not going to run on wall as the Titan. It's going to be very weird using your Titan to run on wall, and be jumping from wall to wall, and it's going to be very weird. Anyway, the Titan is big, obviously, which means you won't be as agile as when you were playing as the pilot. But that doesn't mean the gameplay is boring. In fact, when I was playing this game as the Titan, I was actually craving for more Titan to Titan combat. Although towards the end of the game, you are going to have a lot of Titan combat. You are going to do a lot of Titan versus Titan combat and stuff. But I don't know, I just wanted to do more Titan combat. Your Titan is not just one giant big exoskeleton or a giant war machine that you use for combat. Your Titan has a likable personality. Yes, I love the personality of my Titan BT7274, or just BT in short. I like BT. I love his sense of humor, or his lack of sense of humor.
Pilot, exercise caution.
You can say that again.
Pilot, exercise caution.
BT, I found Anderson. He's, in the ceiling.
Objective complete. We have rendezvoused with Major Anderson.
That's cold, BT.
Correct. Anderson's current temperature is 17 degrees Celsius, below the threshold of human survival.
Glad to have you back in one piece, BT.
Over 25,000, actually. BT-7274 online and ready for combat.
This Titan did not feel like just another weapon of war. At one point, I started feeling like this Titan is a friend. I was actually having some kind of emotional attachment to this Titan. So this is not just a combination of screws and metal and stuff. This Titan actually has a personality which I love. I love BT. BT even called his previous pilot a friend.
How long did you serve with Lastimosa?
Captain Lastimosa linked with me 973 days ago.
Sorry. You guys must have been close.
He was an excellent pilot and a good friend.
So I have been talking about how I like the Titan and BT and the personality, but how is the combat as the Titan? So you have different weapon loadouts. As you progress in the game, you eventually unlock more loadouts. You start with one, the Expedition, and then as you progress in the game, you unlock different loadouts for your Titan. You easily switch loadouts even during combat, which is very good because I use different loadouts for different enemies. My best loadout in this game is Ion. Each loadout has the primary weapon for light attacks, it has the secondary weapons for heavy attacks, it has defense for blocking and sending back enemy projectiles, and you have the core weapon for your ultimate attack. Your Titan has 8 weapons loadout. I'm going to show them on screen. Feel free to pause the video to read the full text if you want. First, we have Expedition, Tone, Scorch, Brute, Ion, Ronin, North Star, and Legion.
First floor activated. Pilot, with the tone loadout, we can lock onto enemies and target them with tracking rockets. This will be useful in direct combat.
BT-7274. Lethal forces authorized.
Laser core ready. Laser core activated.
All right. They've
Good takedown, pilot. Let's keep moving. Okay, finish up. Let's see you catch this.
Sword core ready.
Just another.
So like I said, my best loadout in this game is Iron, followed by Tone and then Expedition. The loadout I hate the most is Scourge. I just don't like this loadout. The loadout is slow and I just don't like this loadout. Brute is good, Ronin is good. That's just me anyway. Some people have different loadouts that they prefer. What about boss fights? Do we have boss fights in Titanfall 2? There are a couple of boss fights. All the bosses are basically Titans. So the best way to fight them is while piloting your Titan. I think there is an achievement where you have to fight and kill a boss without piloting your Titan, but I have not done it yet. The boss fights are not hard, they are kind of easy, but because they are not hard does not mean they are not satisfying. Like, I actually enjoyed the boss fight. So is this an RPG or not? This is not an RPG. This game is not an RPG. This is not an open world game. This is a linear game. This is not a looter shooter and you don't upgrade anything. You don't upgrade your weapons. You don't upgrade your jump kits. You don't upgrade your Titans. Nothing. Just straight to the point, all out action. If you are having issues when it comes to platforming or running on walls, or if you are stuck somewhere and you don't know the way, the game has a feature where you activate a ghost runner to show you the way.
My brothers, this is the way. Oh, this is definitely the way.
So, for a game that was released in 2016, graphics, visuals still looks very good. So let's talk a little bit about the multiplayer. I am more of a campaign gamer. Just like I said earlier in the video, I decided to try out the multiplayer, but I was unable to join any match. Maybe because people are no longer playing Titanfall 2 as much as they used to, or the server is empty, I'm not sure. But I don't play these games for their multiplayer. I prefer the campaign only. But even though I say I am more of a campaign player, one thing I'm going to say about the campaign is that the campaign is very short. Like, the campaign is ridiculously short, somewhere around 5 to 6 hours. I can beat Titanfall 2 in one sitting. I would have loved for the campaign to be a bit longer. Something I want to add is, I don't think we will be getting a Titanfall 3, or at least not anytime soon. I have not seen any solid information or anything about a new Titanfall game. The only thing close to a Titanfall game we have now is Apex Legends, and I am not really a multiplayer when it comes to games like this, so I don't play Apex Legends. I did not play it much on PC, and I tried it on mobile, played it a couple of times, and I was like, I'm done with Apex Legends Mobile. Like, I don't really like playing multiplayer games. I want to know that there is a mission, like there is a goal, there is a boss somewhere, there is something that I have to do, and I have to beat the game. You know, when I beat the game and I see the credits rolling, I want to feel like I have achieved something when I beat a game. I just don't want to be running around shooting people and, you know, playing multiplayer. I am not really into multiplayers like that. Well, that's just me. So I have come to the end of this video. What do you think about Titanfall 2? Do you think this is a good game, or do you think this is an overhyped, overrated game? Have you played this game, or are you looking forward to playing it? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next video.